What's up, everybody? This is Mario, and I'm back with another episode of Endurify. And I want to continue to build on what I've been learning from the recent GrowthDay talk. And I want to talk about focus. And I want to share a couple of questions, 4 questions that you can ask yourself to improve your focus this month. So, when you think about just the context of our everyday lives, like there's so many things that are competing for our attention. We have notifications, we have sounds, we have TV, we have radio, we have, just all of these different things that are just competing for our time and competing for our attention. And that a lot of times distracts us from our focus. So if you're listening to this, you're somebody who is interested in becoming the best version of yourself in every area of your life, in, your personal relationships, in your business and in your career and in your calling. And then also in when it comes to endurance events like triathlons, marathons, whatever that is for you. So I think we can all agree that we would all like a little bit more focus. For me, a lot of times when I get stressed is when I get distracted. I get overwhelmed with all of the different things that I need to do. And it's not until I come back to that moment of, okay, what do I need to be focused on, that I find myself, feeling like I'm at my best. And so these are some things that Brendan Burchard, the founder of GrowthDay, shared last week in his talk on focus, drive, and discipline. Yesterday, I shared his kind of 4 points on discipline, and I kind of applied it to endurance athletes. And today, I want to share these 4 questions that you can use to improve your focus this month. So again, these questions are all aimed at having a balanced mind, having more self-awareness, and having more focus. Because when you have more intention and purpose behind our actions, then our mindsets can be healthy and we can just act as our solid base. And we experience that progress with a peaceful mind and joyous fulfillment. So these are the 4 questions. And the first question is one of the best questions to ask on the first of the month and early in the month, which is, what do you need to be focused on in March? So if you can just apply it to, your life in terms of your relationships, your business, and in your training, what do you need to be focused on in March? You can jump to the end of, at the end of the month and, play that scenario of, okay, I had an amazing month. What did success look like? What did I accomplish in my relationships, in my business, in my training? And so you can kind of play that back and say, okay, by the end of the month, I want to be able to do a 2-hour run, or I want to be able to do a 1-hour run after a 2-hour bike, or I want to be able to run for 30 minutes without stopping. That's how you can apply this question. What do you need to focus on this month in your training? But also in your business, what are the key actions that you need to take in order to have a successful month? So that first question is, what do you need to be focused on? Really write that down and try and identify what is your focus. And then from there, the second question that he likes to ask to identify your focus and improve your focus is, what are the primary projects or initiatives that deserve your mind to work towards? So what are the primary projects or initiatives that deserve your mind to work towards? So what are those most important projects and activities and initiatives that you need to work towards this month? So the first 2 questions are, what is your focus and what do you need to be focused on? And then what are those primary projects? And if there's a discrepancy between those 2 things, then that's already a signal that you need to focus. But if the primary projects and activities lead to your primary focus, then you're on the right track and you're set up for success. So those are the first 2 questions that I want you to think about. Then once you identify your focus, once you identify what those projects and what those initiatives are, these next 2 questions become super important, because it's not just about identifying what do you need to focus on and what are the projects and initiatives that you need to complete. The next step is to, put in place a plan and make sure your daily activities are going to set you up for success with that focus. So this third question is, how can I better structure my morning to have better clarity throughout my day? So once you identify your focus, you identify those projects, it all starts with your morning routine. And I mean, if you just search, morning routines in Google or in podcasts, you're going to find thousands of examples of how to set up your morning routine. But one that I have talked about is the Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. He has the SAVERS acronym, where it's, silence and affirmations and visualization and exercise and reading and writing. But you need to identify what your morning routine is that's going to help you move closer towards those projects and those initiatives and towards that focus. Because for me, whenever I have a relaxing morning where I connect and I pray, I identify what do I want to accomplish, how do I want to show up, and then I'm able to, exercise and podcast and start to identify what I need to do in a given day. I find my day just, kind of works more towards me or for me rather than against me. And so this is all about identifying what do you need to do in the morning to set yourself up and get you closer to that focus. So that's the third question. How can I better structure my morning to have better clarity throughout the day? And then the fourth question is, how can I structure moments of peace and reset the mental chatter during my day? So, let's pretend you have your focus, you know what your projects are, you have a morning routine. You get up early, 6 a.m., you get your workout in, you have your relaxing, you start work, and then, 9 a.m. comes around and somebody throws you off with either a question, something that they say, something pops up in a project that you weren't considering, and then there goes the mental chatter. Oh, I should have thought about this. Why didn't I think about that? I'm doing a really bad job. I mean, whatever that negative mental chatter is during the day, it can just pop up out of nowhere and it can pop up instantly. So you need to have a plan for resetting that mental chatter and a routine and a practice to make sure that you're staying focused and resetting throughout the day. So for me, I definitely believe in meditation, and that's something that I do in the middle of my day after lunch so that I can just kind of reset my day and almost go into the second half of the workday, feeling refreshed. As an athlete, I always think about, the first half and the second half. And I have my morning routine and I get my exercise done in the morning, so before the first half. So I'm warmed up and I'm good to go. And then lunchtime is kind of like halftime. And so in order to reset and kind of go back out there in the second half, I typically meditate just for about 10 minutes using Headspace, and I find myself having a really good reset and really good intention for that second half of the day. And so this is where you want to think about, what does your reset look like in a given week or in a given day. And so those are the 4 questions that Brendan Burchard shared that you can ask yourself to identify and increase your focus throughout the day. It is, what do you need to be focused on in March or this month? What are the primary projects or initiatives that deserve your mind to work towards? How can I better structure my morning to have better clarity throughout the day? And how can I structure moments of peace and reset that mental chatter during my day? So with those 4 questions in mind, I want to bring it back to you and challenge you to answer one of those questions today, right now, and think about, how can you answer these questions to improve your focus this month? So that's what I have for you today. I hope that serves you, and I hope you all have an amazing day.